Hello folks, it is hobby vlog time once again, and progress has been slow, I'll be honest with you. I've had a lot of other projects going on which have been distracting me from getting any further with this. And by projects, unfortunately, I don't really mean other tabletop stuff. I mean videos for YouTube, basically. A bit dull, really, in a way. But I'm looking at hopefully getting back to sorting these guys out a little bit more today. As you can see, they're almost entirely done, except for the bases. And the kind of general final dry brushing of dusty wraithbone everywhere. So yeah, slapped the texture basing paint on there. Realised I was out of the usual stuff I use. Completely ran out of, what was it? Armageddon sand or something? So I had to use Armageddon Dunes instead, which is the one with the slightly coarser sand in it. They should be fine though, once they've got the mixture on and stuff like that. So the next phase of these will be slapping on a weird little concoction I made, which is a mixture of Apothecary White, which is the contrast white paint, as well as some Xandri dust, all sort of mixed together and then sloshed on, which gives it that really bright sandy colour, and then a dry brush after that of a wraithbone, which will go all over the bases, all over the legs, and a little bit on the rest of the marines themselves to make them look a little dusty. And then the final touch will actually be painting in the eye lenses on all the helmets and stuff. I always do that last for some reason, but anyway, yeah. So yeah, then they'll nearly be done. Got a fair bit of progress done in them on the painting streams I did, including the Lieutenant's sword here. I did that, finished that off at the end of one of the last painting streams I did. A little sort of mini tutorial I kind of decided to do on how I paint my cheap, quick and easy poor man's power swords. So he's looking pretty good. The other thing I've been doing is rebasing the Black Legion. You can't... The lighting's not very good here. Hold on. Let's see if we can move these guys over here a bit. Yeah, hold on. But basically, the problem I have now is that with after rebasing the Black Legion, I've found myself back at square one again. By which I mean, I'm knocking everything over. I'm trying to... This is hard, doing this through the camera. Right, okay. I'm back at square one again because I can't decide how I want to paint the base rims on these guys now. This was option number one. That's Mornfang Brown on the base rim there, which looks okay, I guess. It's a little brighter and louder, that colour, in person than it is on the camera, actually. But that's Mornfang Brown. The other side of it, I've tried out Army Painter Oak Brown, so it's a bit darker, a bit more muted. This guy on this side is Gorthor Brown. Again, lighter, but again more muted. And on the other side, it's Mornfang Brown. Yeah, the base extenders don't quite line up on a few of these, unfortunately. That doesn't bother me too much. If I was a little bit less lazy, I could have just put some Milliput in the gaps there to sort that out, but unfortunately I'm too lazy to do that on the rank and file, so... This was option number 3. I just painted the base of the rim of the base grey. I have to be honest with you, I'm not... Oh, this guy needs fixing, by the way. He's a missile launcher dude normally, but his arms fell off because he's made of metal. I have to admit, though, I don't think I'm a huge fan of the grey rims. I don't think that's going to be a thing. And then a final option is the Nostalgia Goggles Snot Green rim from the 3rd edition codex, and my Nostalgia Goggles are telling me, "Oh, this looks awesome! Do it, you coward! Paint all the rims snot green." But my sensible brain is telling me, police cars going by again, just like old times, folks. Yeah, the sensible brain is telling me most people are not going to understand the reference to the 3rd edition Chaos Codex, and they're going to look at that and think, "Oh, that looks a bit stupid." So. I kind of like it, but yeah, I don't think it's going to work. Possibly. I don't know. I have a Dreadnought. This is a former Iron Warriors Contemptor with the twin assault cannons. I've had sat around for ages. I got it originally in Iron Warriors colours, then I repainted it as a word bearer and never used it, and now I've repainted it as Black Legion. And the funny thing is, actually, a lot of vehicles and dreadnoughts and things like that between the traitor legions often do get looted and transferred between the various legions just like that, so it's kind of appropriate in a way. But anyway, he's with the Black Legion now, and I'm quite pleased with him, actually. Looks pretty good. And again, I've for his base, I wanted to try the base rim scheme on a larger model, and I went for Mournfang Brown on this one, and I think it looks okay. I can't decide. I really can't decide. The only thing I know is I don't want the rims to be black, because on a grey base for a predominantly black model, I don't like the idea of doing the rims black as well. It's too much black. So yeah, I unfortunately can't decide. I think the main contenders are probably the Gorthor Brown rim, like this one, and the Mournfang Brown, like this one. Can't really decide, though. I might do a painting stream this evening, actually, and ask the audience, so what do you guys think? Which is the best one? Because I think I might need an outside opinion at the moment, because I can't make my mind up at the moment. Yeah. Well, once I figure out the base rim colour, I can finish rebasing the rest of the Black Legion, which at this point will consist of just dry brushing them a bit and then painting the rims. And then they'll be ready for some battle reports, which will be fun. I'm thinking in my head what I want to do with these guys. The obvious choice would be to pit them against the Cadians, because, you know, Cadia versus the Black Legion, that's a classic. But I was also maybe thinking about doing some Black Legion versus Necron stuff. Possibly even a campaign out of that. Maybe. I had this idea of basically going back in time a bit and going back to when the Black Legion first kind of struck out of the Eye of Terror for the first time, and they emerged into a galaxy that was very different from the one they left after the Horus Heresy. And I was thinking that I could do a campaign about possibly the first time the Black Legion encountered Necrons. You know, because traditionally you do a Necron campaign, it'll be Imperium versus Necrons. The Imperium wake up the Necrons, and the Necrons fight, and the Imperials either lose or they blow up the Tomb World somehow. I thought it'd be interesting to put a bit of a twist on that and be like, what? How would Chaos, how would the traitor legions react to these ancient space aliens for the first time? That could be interesting. I don't know. But anyway. So, yeah. Work is continuing. Unfortunately, though, other projects are getting in the way a little bit, so it's a bit slow. But I'm thinking I might do a painting stream tonight and get a bit of stuff done. So, right. Gotta go. Battery's low. See you in the next bit. Hello, folks. It is a lovely Sunday morning, and I know I've been a bit behind with the hobby updates. I've had people starting to ask me, "Are you still doing hobby vlogs?" I'm like, "Yes, I am. I've just been lazy. I haven't gotten a lot done, but now I have. But it just took a while. So here we are, Space Marines. We've seen a bunch of these before, but this is with the new guys included, like the new lieutenant here. There he is. And a bunch of the new tactical Marines back there, all joining the fray. Rhino, he's done. It's looking nice. Got all the battle damage on it done. The stenciled yellow stripes, that's the phrase I was looking for. A few little bits of like inscriptions and stuff on it. I wrote Hades on the side on the scroll work. Did all this on a painting stream, actually. I've been continuing to do the painting streams, and I did these guys on the painting stream. So there's a Rhino done, because I, oddly enough, didn't have a Rhino yet in my Space Marine army, which is a bit daft, but now I do. Good stuff, so that's useful. The Dreadnought over here, the Ironclad Dreadnought, is at last done as well. He's like the very close combat flamey version, but he's also got the frag launchers and a couple of hunter-killer missiles as well. I think the general plan with this guy is he's probably going to jump out of that Storm Raven usually. But he's looking pretty good. The arms are still fully articulated, sort of fully articulated, as in I can move them up and down if I want to. like so. So he's turned out looking quite nice. And yeah, very good. So Marines, the new wave of them is now finished. There's more still to come though, of course. I want a Razorback done at some point. I've got one in the cupboard of shame somewhere. I've got some of the new stuff, the Devastator Squad, the Gladiator, I think it's called, the new floaty tank. Got one of them. Among with other loads of other bits like the Indomitus stuff. So, yes, I will do that at some point. But I think small break from Space Marines now. Just finished doing a big batch paint of Space Marines, so let's move on to something else. At the moment on my painting streams, I've been painting a Cities of Sigmar dude, actually. A Lord Castellant with his Griffhound companion. Just as a one-off little palette cleanser, let's paint paint a character kind of a thing. I like to do that sometimes. Get a big batch paint thing done, and then you paint a little character, just for funsies. Although, I have actually built my dwarves. They're not in here, so I can't show you them right now, but I've built I got a box of... I got a couple of bits to add to my Cities of Sigmar army, because one of my hobby goals this year is to get the Cities of Sigmar army up to a playable standard. And I got a box of Dwarven Ironbreakers, and I got a Dark Elf Sorceress. And so far, I've built the Ironbreakers. So I'm going to be painting them fairly soon as well, I think. Which is quite fun. Never painted old school fantasy dwarves until now, so it's going to be a learning experience, but they're cool models, and I like them, and, you know, I like some old school fantasy dwarves, I have to admit, so I'm a bit of a sucker for that, actually, so that'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun. Other side project, and I know this is a 40k hobby vlog, so maybe this shouldn't be in here, but fuck it. Star Wars Legion. I got tempted into trying Star Wars Legion successfully, and I got the Clone Wars set because I recently watched the Clone Wars series, and I'm playing the what's it called, Fall of the Republic campaign at the moment on the channel, so I'm in a very Clone Wars mood, because they do Star Wars Legion. It comes in two flavors basically. It comes in Clone Wars version, which is this, and it comes in a Galactic Civil War version, which is like the original trilogy of movies. Stormtroopers versus Rebels, you know. But I opted for Clone Wars because Clone Troopers are cool, battle droids are cool. Obi-Wan Kenobi at the front there is cool, and he's got his Clone Wars armor on, just like in the TV series, which is really neat. And I got a Bark Speeder here, and this is the Republic half of the set now assembled, which was difficult to do, honestly, because these guys are made of soft plastic, which is not a thing I knew. I didn't know until I started building these guys that there was a distinction between soft plastic and hard plastic. And apparently GW stuff is made of hard plastic, which is why it works with plastic glue. But these guys are soft plastic. So I had to super glue these guys, which is a bit of a tedious process. But they're done now. So yeah, although I haven't glued on the guy in the sidecar and the pilot of this speeder just yet, because I'm going to paint them as a sub-assembly kind of thing. However, they look pretty good. They're actually mostly push fit, these guys, interestingly enough, rather than actually having to glue them together, which is kind of cool, including the heads. So one fun thing about these guys is I can actually pop the heads off, because they're Phase 1 clone troopers at the minute, right? So they've got those Mandalorian-style helmets. But if I were to get my hands on some spare Phase 2 helmets, which are the ones that look a bit more like stormtroopers, I could pop the heads off these guys and then pop the Phase 2 helmets on there if I wanted to do a battle with Phase 2 troopers, which are pretty cool, honestly. Yeah, that's a really nice feature. So that's a thing. Got Obi-Wan at the front there. Now the separatist half of the box is, I believe, a bunch of B1 battle droids, a couple of droidicas, I think, and General Grievous. So they should be fun to build, especially Grievous, because there's actually multiple ways you can assemble Grievous. You can have him with a cloak and 2 lightsabers, or you can have him with a cloak and 1 lightsaber and a blaster. or you can have him with the cloak off and all 4 arms out with all 4 lightsabers doing their thing. So I haven't really decided which way I want to go with it yet, so that's interesting. And the nice thing about all of this, of course, as well, is that clone troopers and battle droids are tremendously quick to paint, ultimately. I think I know how I'm going to do these guys. Spray them all grey sear, I think. Dry brush them all over with some Corax white, and then use contrast black to do the bits in between the armour. And then it's really just a case of adding a bit of a very thinned down Agrax Earthshade wash, I think, over the white armour plates. And then it's just a case of doing the Legion markings and a little bit of battle damage here and there. And then they'll be pretty much done, honestly. So that'll be nice and quick. And the droids will be even faster, because they'll just be like, spray them Xandri dust. Dry brush them, put a wash on them, dry brush them a bit. Bob's your uncle. They're battle droids. They're super easy. So that's cool. Try and put a bit more effort, therefore, into Obi-Wan and Grievous, I think. I haven't decided. Some people will ask. I haven't decided what Legion yet to paint these clone troopers. I'd like to paint them, even though Obi-Wan is the only Jedi I've got at the moment. I would like to paint them possibly as the 501st, because old classic Battlefront 2 nostalgia for one thing, but also like you can get Captain Rex and Anakin as playable heroes in this game as well, so that's fun. And I just like the blue, honestly. But in the alternative, and this is something the guide that the little book that these guys come with in the set encourages you to do, which is you could just make up your own clone legion, which I have to admit is kind of tempting. It could be kind of fun to make up the 404th clone legion as a little sneaky reference to the Cadians from 40k. I don't know what paint scheme I would do for them though. What color for their the bits on their armor? I'd have to really think about that. But that could be interesting. It'd be kind of interesting, because I could use I could start trying to kit bash and get my hands on my own custom units and stuff, like get Jedi, but make it a custom Jedi or something. I don't know. Lots of Count Sad stuff going on. I don't know. No, it could be interesting. It's a thing to think about. The droids, on the other hand, they're much easier. They're all just sort of, the droids. They all look the same, so that's fine. But anyway, yeah. I'm looking forward to getting these done, painted, ready for the table, and then playing a few games with them. Might even film them. We'll see. Right. What else? There's some stuff over there. Let's go have a look at that. Okay, so this is the sneaky. Got there in the end. Should have just started this clip again, really, shouldn't I? But who cares? This is the sneaky, not so secret, very badly kept secret project, which is Death Guard. This is everything I've got so far. Stuff that is, a lot of it is to be repainted. So some of this you've seen before, like these guys, the Frosty the Snowman Death Guard. They are. I was kind of happy with them, but ultimately I've come up with a better idea for what I would want to do with the Death Guard army. So therefore these guys are going to get repainted, along with this big ass converted tank here, which I got off eBay. Because I've had a better idea. And I'm honestly not going to tell you what that idea is, because I want it to be a little bit of a surprise. But nevertheless, this is the Death Guard project as it currently stands. I have Poxwalkers. I have more Poxwalkers, but these ones are more old school Plague Zombies. So they're basically Imperial Guardsmen kits, kit bashed with fantasy zombies to make Plague Zombies. Which I quite enjoyed building these guys. It was kind of fun. I got to make Sergeant Zombie and Voxcaster Zombie and stuff. That was just kind of fun, actually. I really enjoyed that. A bit more fun than these guys, anyway. But hey, so plenty of Poxwalkers. I have Marines, which, as you can see, are heavily kit bashed. Really enjoyed kit bashing these guys. Wasn't like orc levels of kit bash, but it was close, I got some old school Metal Plague Marines. from back in my day. I just wanted to have a few of these in the army for nostalgia's sake. And then, the Dark Imperium stuff, and some more Kit Bash Plague Marines at the back here. So yeah, it's really nice actually how well together the Plague Marine kits go with a lot of the new Chaos stuff, which also go with a lot of the Loyalist Marine stuff. So you can actually kit bash some very unique looking Plague Marines if you want to put the effort in, and I decided I did. So yeah, very nice, very, very nice. Because one thing that put me off Death Guard for a while is that pretty much everybody's Death Guard army looked the damn same. I'm trying to avoid that with these guys, as you can see by doing this stuff. So yeah. Anyway, there's the tank there. Now it seems to be a corrupted Baal Predator because it's got the twin minigun things on the front. Gonna have to do something about that because it's not strictly speaking legal as far as the rules are concerned. I might have to chop off the assault cannons and stick a couple of las cannons on there instead. Might be what I have to do. I've got the Great Unclean one that came with the Black Legion. He's going to be a demon prince for this army, I suspect. A bunch of characters at the back. Got an apothecary, except he's not called an apothecary. He's called like a plague surgeon or something. And then all the other characters. What I need to do still is, before I start painting everything, is I need to do some Terminators. I've got a bunch of Blight Lord Terminators and some... what are they called? The guys with the scythes. I don't know. Bunch of Terminators to do, essentially, as well as all of this. Because right now, it's a good core force, actually. I've got plenty of Plague Marines. I've got plenty of Poxwalkers. I have a tank. I just need a bunch of Terminators, and that is a good core force that will meet the requirements that I initially need. It can be expanded later. But for now, it'll certainly do. Just need to get the Termies done. So, speaking of Termies, actually, I need to build my Black Legion Termies as well. And a bunch of Black Legion Khorne Berserkers because... that's a good point. I finished rebasing the Black Legion. I did do that painting stream in the end. And the audience spoke, and they decided that army paint at Oak Brown was the best for the base rims. So they're all done now. I will show you them later, hopefully, if I remember. If I don't, never mind. You'll see them in a battle report sooner or later, I'm sure. So, but they are sorted now. However, I've managed to get Dan to agree to paint a bunch of Black Legion stuff for me in exchange for me giving him a shed load of the old Adeptus Mechanicus stuff that I got ages ago and then never did anything with. I have like 2 freaking Battle Force sets and multiple Start Collecting sets that I can send his way. So in exchange for that, he is going to paint me a load of Black Legion stuff. So some Terminators and Khorne Berserkers and possibly some other bits and bobs. We'll see. So that I can continue to expand the Black Legion without actually having to do it myself, which is nice. Because I quite like Dan's paint jobs. He does a good job. And, yeah. So that'll be nice. That'll be good fun. And that'll expand the Black Legion a bit further. And then there's all these guys I need to take care of. And hopefully, because it's Death Guard, I can make them very messy and therefore very quick. I mean, because the thing I like about this Frosty scheme, I have to admit, is that it was very quick. So, I don't know if the new scheme I've thought of will be as quick as those were, but I want to keep it almost as quick if I can, just to get all these guys done. And because it's Nurgle, it doesn't matter if it looks a bit messy. So, because Nurgle's messy, as we all know. Anyway, so these are the things I have been working on. I'm trying to rack my brain right now if there's anything else. I don't believe so. I have a few palette cleansing projects coming up because I've just done a big bit of batch painting, and before I get into another big bit of batch painting, like, what you're looking at right now, I want to do a few other little one-off bits. I told you about the dwarves already. I'd also like to do this. Hold on, I'm doing something off camera here. You just bear with me a second, folks. I'd like to finally, here we go, sort this thing out along with the other one I made. This is my custom converted looted, really, because it's orcs, looted Dark Eldar Viper, which is going to be used as a shock jump dragster. So you got the guy. It's actually totally WYSIWYG as well. It's got like the fancy zap gun. It's got a dude with a rocket launcher on the back, and a guy with a big chainsaw chopper thing to use as the melee weapon. I really love this thing. I kit bashed this when I was in a very orky mood once, and I'm so freaking proud of it. It looks so good, man. Like, oh man, I don't not want to toot my own horn too much, but man, was I pleased with this thing when I built it. Anyway, so that I'm gonna do as along with the other one, if I can get it out here without destroying everything in the process. You can probably hear noises right now. Okay, here we go. I've got it. Where is the guy that's supposed to ride in the back of this thing? I have no idea where he's got to. Well, I'll have to locate him later. This is the other one. This is, I think I was going to use this. This is a Megatrack Scrapjet. I think that's when I modelled it as, weapons-wise. But this is Dark Eldar Raider that has been, as you can see, turned into an orky contraption. You got the pilot in the front, little crosshair for shooting stuff. Missile launchers on the side, big rockets on the wings. Got a grot in the back on a gunner thing. There's supposed to be another guy that stood in the middle bit there, but I haven't glued him on yet in order to paint him separately because it'll be easier. But that means I've lost him now temporarily, so I've got an extra big, awesome thrusty bit at the back there. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. So that, along with the other one, these are going to be more palette cleansing, just paint things for giggles bits. Probably do these on a painting stream because it's these orcs, man, they're going to be so much fun. Because the thing with orcs is, and this is the way I always do it, is with orc vehicles, I spray the whole thing lead belcher so it's all metal. And then I just get out a whole different array of colourful paints and I just slap paint on wherever it looks like it might be fun to put it. You know, do some checks, do some dags, and I basically paint it like an orc would. Whole thing metal, paint straight onto the metal, instead of, you know, undercoating it like a colour like red or something like that. No, I paint it like an orc would. And what that gives you is the ability to leave lots of like bare metal scratchy bits in between the colours, which makes it look better. Anyway, you'll see what I mean when I get around to it, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I kit bashed these bloody things last year, ages ago now it feels like, and it's a long overdue time. I painted the damn things. So, coming soon to a Twitch channel near you, basically. And yeah, I'm continuing to do the painting streams, usually late in the evenings. I start around 9 o'clock-ish UK time, UTC. And there isn't a set schedule for them. I just sometimes do them in an evening where I feel like doing some painting and some chilling. So I put on some chill music. I stick the camera on here and I just paint some stuff on camera. And people seem to really enjoy it. So come hang out at some point if you see the notification pop up. Yeah, I actually recently got Alfarius, who you've probably seen on the channel if you watch my bat reps. He is the infamous Alpha Legion player around here. He has started his own Twitch channel actually, and he's been doing tabletop simulator battles with friends, and he's been doing painting streams as well. And he actually recommended to me a awesome boom arm setup so that I can make the camera work better on the stream, because that's one thing that's been bothering me actually, is because until now I've been using this camera here on a sort of tripod sat on the desk and been trying to paint with my arms going around it, and it's been a bit awkward. But I now have a fancy boom arm which will go over the top of the desk and hopefully improve it. But yeah. Right, cool stuff. So that's all the things to expect. I think that might honestly be the end of the video. I don't know. I think the last clip was about 8 minutes long. Well, no. The first clip was 8 minutes long. This one's 11 minutes. Then there's the one in the middle with the stuff on that side. Oh yeah, that's okay. No, that's totally enough for a full hobby vlog. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I've run out of things to show you anyway at this point, so... And people are nagging me to put a new video up, so I better do this, I suppose. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time with more hobby vloggy stuff, and I'll let you know what I've been working on. Might do some more terrain next time, actually. I've been doing a few more Tyranids, actually. That's the other thing I suppose I haven't mentioned, is I have repainted a few more Tyranids, and I really only mean a few more, because I've been doing the big monsters first, and it takes ages on the big monsters, so that's the thing that's been going on. But you'll see probably more of that in the next hobby vlog, I think, when I get around to doing more of that. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Right, cheers folks, catch you next time.